morning. I am feeling so much more positive and happy, so I wanted to do a weekend video. I've come on my period. It was 95 days in total from when I last had my period to getting pregnant to having the miscarriage and the D&C to then my cycle restarting. A full 95 days with all of my hormones bubbling away in there. So I cannot tell you how good it feels to have some regular emotion back, because I have been irrational, let's say that, for the last probably like 3 weeks has been the height of my craziness. So I'm feeling so much better for that. And then secondly, it's been a full week of me doing my 90-day detox, and hopefully you can see it. Look at my skin. My skin is unbelievable, but also all of the inflammation from my face. So I get really like puffy here, all puffy all over my face. I've shared it before about my face swelling up, and yeah, the low inflammation diet that I'm doing, cutting out sugar, no coffee, no alcohol, change to fragrance-free household products, change to fragrance-free hair, body, soap, no nails, no gel. I literally cut everything back basically, and I feel incredible. It's only been a week, so things can change, but I have had 2 calls with a nutritionist from Z2S, which Z2S kindly put me in touch with Isabel, and she is so knowledgeable, 20 years of experience in fertility and recommending to women what vitamins, supplements and foods they should be eating. So that was very insightful, and I'm going to be sharing that over a period of time because I recorded our conversations, and I think a lot of people will find those helpful. And then I've been cutting out sugar this week, which has been a massive one, because as much as I don't really eat sugar, I have a lot of sweetness. I've said it before about my love for Vimto, which I've now realised is full of sucralose, which is a not so good sweetener. And I've swapped that for a few different things that I'm going to share with you throughout this video, because I'm going to do a full day of what I'm eating and drinking and supplements I'm taking on my new 90-day detox. If you are not interested in anything to do with fertility at all, this video is still for you, because this week I have managed to, well, it's more of a 2 weeks really, I've managed to lose 4 pounds. 4 pounds. So I'm not actually dieting at all like I was before. I've only been to the gym once and gone for 1 run in 2 weeks, and I've managed to lose 4 pounds because I've cut out the shit. Whereas before, I was having a lot of like low calorie things, like a Rocky bar only had 90 calories in. So I was like, that's, fine for me to have. But the amount of sugar and crap in there, I could have had, 90 to 100 calories of nice fruits and healthier meals. So yeah, I've cut all of that out and I'm feeling really good for it. So if this is not, if fertility and the trying to conceive and the pregnancy stuff is not for you, then this video is still for you, because a lot of these changes I have made are just an additional increase on my healthy habits. And I honestly think so many more people should do these things, because I just feel bloody amazing. I've got my morning routine down to a T now. I feel really, really good for it. So first of all, I take my NAC on an empty stomach. This is something I wasn't doing for the first few days. I didn't read the instructions properly. So now the first thing I do is have this with nothing. I get my Simproof shot glass, fill it with some water, take that. Empty stomach, gone. Then I take my Simproof. I have the pineapple flavour. And I told Isabel, the Z2S nutritionist we've been seeing, about having this, and she said this is going to be so good for my gut health. So I'm taking that religiously now. I have been taking that, and I did take it when I was pregnant, but I stopped and started. Do you know, like, one day I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that, and the next I was like, oh no, I don't know if that's the best idea. Whereas now, religiously taking that, and I'm seeing such a difference. Then I wait 10 minutes before I have anything else to eat or drink. But while I'm waiting, I make myself a hot water with lemon. Who am I? Can you remember my vlogs where the first thing I did when I woke up was have a double espresso on an empty stomach? And I actually did do a video, if you remember, of me saying like, oh, I've read that I should be, I was doing my cycle video, and I read that I should be eating before breakfast. So even if you're not trying to conceive or having any fertility issues or anything like that, and you just want to lose weight and be healthier, then I highly recommend not doing what I was doing and having espresso on an empty stomach. Instead, have this, which I don't even mind now. I can't believe I'm saying this. So I think I've had in total now 6 weeks without coffee and caffeine. And then it's just been like an easy adjustment. I went through decaf tea, decaf Yorkshire tea, to then now having lemon and hot water. Got this from Amazon, and then it has this like filtering, so you're not going to get lemon seeds or lemon pulp in your mouth. Put that in, fits in, shove it in there, stays in there, and then this will be the first thing that I drink. I just keep this in the fridge so I can have either lime water, lime and mint water, or lemon water in the morning. And this is all about detoxing my liver, getting rid of any high estrogen, any histamine that is causing me to swell and be puffy, and really focusing on anti-inflammation. And by releasing the estrogen, it's not being reabsorbed into my body because I'm going to the toilet more frequently. Sorry if this is too much TMI. When I was pregnant, some days I wasn't going for 5 days. 5 days without going to the toilet, and I was eating so much more. It was awful. And then I have always had issues with constipation, so this new routine, I've been every single day. Again, I'm sorry if this is too much information, but anyone out there who suffers from constipation will know not going to the toilet frequently to going every day is literally like unbelievable. I feel amazing, honestly. So I think that first 10 minutes of my morning of having NAC, the Simprov, and my lemon and hot water is getting my morning going. And then I start to my Fertility protein shake. I'm trying to get more protein in. I think I'm trying to have around 100 grams of protein in a day, and I'll put all the macros on the side of how much protein is in this. So one thing I have swapped, which has been really hard, is I've gone from 0% fat yogurt to full fat yogurt, because anything 0% fat is not good for you when you're trying to conceive. But if you're just interested in losing weight and you're not interested in all the fertility stuff, you don't necessarily have to have the fat yogurt. You can have 0% fat yogurt, which whatever you prefer. But I'm having goat's milk yogurt, which has been interesting to say the least. So that goes in first. I have 2 big scoops of that. Should probably like actually weigh it out to make sure I'm getting the exact amount of protein that I need. Right now I'm just all about guessing. Then I go for my Zeta West protein powder, which has got collagen in. It looks like this. So it's Fertility Collagen Pro, nourishing and supporting for preconception, pregnancy and postnatal. But you put in the Dose & Co one if you're not on a fertility journey. But if you want to be on the exact same journey as me, then this is the one that I'm using. It's the Fertility Collagen, which has got 10 grams of collagen and 9 grams of protein. So that's why I'm adding the yogurt in there to get that extra protein in too. It's 5 teaspoons. 1, 2. And the main reason I've got into these protein smoothies in the morning is because in one of my supplements I need to take from Zeta West comes in powder form, and this is inositol and folate. The folate is the same as folic acid, but not the same. It's a better version of folic acid. So this is really important to take pre-conception, and then also they tell you to take folate while you're pregnant, so you might as well just get into a really good routine, which is everything that I'm doing is almost like I'm pregnant. So whatever I do now, I want to be able to adapt and have the same routines when I get pregnant. That was one thing I found really hard while I was pregnant before my miscarriage, is I'd gone from a lot of like fat-free and dieting and doing all these things to then being like, okay, I need to eat more now, and I can't eat this and I can't have that. So I want, whatever I do, all the groundwork that I'm doing now, I want to be able to do like an easy transition when I get pregnant, so that I'm like, okay, I'm healthy, I'm not worried, I'm not anxious about what I'm eating. I've got a really good plan, I'm on the best supplements, and that's kind of why I'm taking it so seriously. So that was one, did I put the extra half in there? 1.5 teaspoons of this. Then I put in some frozen blueberries, not loads, but just to add a little bit of flavour, and they are antioxidants. They go in there. The reason why I'm having a smoothie rather than like porridge or overnight oats, because I did actually try overnight oats, and I just don't think they're for me. Maybe some days, like I've put it in that I'm gonna have them when I'm training, because I'll need that extra carbohydrate. But because I've got 3 fibroids, and the biggest thing that I was in so much pain with was this fibroid that was growing, because when you're pregnant, you release a lot of estrogen, so the fibroid was just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then the pain was because the blood supply was cutting off. So I'm trying to manage these fibroids. I'll have my next scan to see how they're looking. But the best thing I've read online to do is add chia seed and flaxseed to your diet, because both of these have a lot of fibre in and they bind the fibroids. So if you are someone who's got fibroids, even if you're not trying to conceive or you are trying to conceive, whatever it is, if you're a woman and you've got fibroids, having chia seeds and flax seeds in your diet is going to make you feel so good, and it's also going to help with your toilet habits. So these are just so easy for me to add. They're ground chia seed, ground flax seed. I just put 2 scoops in. It makes it nicer when they're in these really nice aesthetic jars that I got from Amazon. I have oat milk in there. Some people prefer to do a lot of dairy when they are trying to conceive. Because I've got fibroids and I'm estrogen sensitive, have cut out as much dairy as possible, because cow's milk has a lot of hormones in it, which then releases estrogen, and it's not good for my fibroids, basically. So I'm on oat milk. Oat milk does have rapeseed oil in there, but I've asked ChatGPT if that's okay, and it said it's literally the tiniest amount of rapeseed. I did try, this brand is my favourite oat milk, the Califia. This is the one that all of the Blank Street coffee shops have, and that's why I was like, I want this one, and it's the best. I used to love it in my coffee, and I love it in my smoothies because it's a lot creamier. This is a barista blend. This is my favourite one. It's got no added sugars. But they also do a no oil one as well, which I did try, and I need some joys in life. Like, it was literally just oats, salt and water, so it was just very watery, whereas I just needed a little bit of creaminess. So I'm still on this, and ChatGPT says, in the grand scheme of things, it's fine. Because I'm trying to get more, I can't say the word. What is the word? It's like because I'm trying to get more dark green veg into my diet. I'm having just a little bit of kale in here too, because kale is a superfood, and it's all blended up. You can't taste it. When I first had it, I was like, I'm not sure about that, but don't even notice it. Get that bang in there. And then the last thing that I add in there is cinnamon, and cinnamon is really good for fertility as well, and it just takes the taste of all of the strong things away. This is a natural organic ground cinnamon. I'll link everything in the description if you're looking for anything. And that is my super smoothie. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything else out there. No, that's everything. While I'm drinking that, I take my supplements, and I got this pill case, which has just been a bloody great investment. It's actually from TikTok Shop, I'll link it. So it has a morning and a night, and because I've decided to split a lot of my supplements, I'm going to talk you through everything that I'm taking that I've been put on from Z2S nutritionist. Number 1 and number 2 are the Ultra Omega, so this is a really high quality, strong omega-3. Then I'm having a really premium CoQ10, and this is something I was taking before, which I definitely think contributed to me getting pregnant in the first place. It's taken by athletes, it's taken by marathon runners, in a lot of skincare supplements, because it does really help with cell turnover and rejuvenation, and it's just an amazing supplement. There are 2 different CoQ10s. Before I was taking just one that I got off Amazon, and I didn't really look into it. I just thought, been told by the fertility specialist to take CoQ10, just found one on Amazon. But after my miscarriage, I've done a lot of research into how important the supplements that you take are and the quality of them. So there's 2 different types of CoQ10. One that is in this one is the one that's slower to digest and doesn't just go through your system. So this is the umbicanol, probably saying that completely wrong. But this is how I got, this is how I found Z2S products in the first place, because I saw that they did this type of CoQ10 that I wanted, and so many people recommend this supplement. It's incredible. And what I like about this compared to the last ones I was taking, I had to take 3 big tablets, whereas this is just 2 a day, and they're this like gel, so they just go straight down. They're small, they're easy to digest. I hate when they're like big dry tablets. So I take 2 of those in the morning. I was splitting these with my night, but they give you a lot of energy. So I had another call with Isabella, our nutritionist, and she said, are you taking these at night? And I said, yes. And she was like, are you not wired before bed? And I thought, yeah, I've been going to bed, like, I've been reading till 12 o'clock at night with loads of energy, and it's because of these. So I've taken my omega-3 and my CoQ10 both in the morning. So that's 4 tablets in the morning instead of 2. My first energy boost of the day. No caffeine, I don't need it because I've got these. Then after that, I take my Vita Fem and Vita Boost. So these are like a multivitamin. The Vita Fem Boost is a comprehensive mix of antioxidants for extra support, and the Vita Fem is a premium nutrition to support female fertility. Key nutrients for preconception, including recommended intake of folic acid from the form of folate. So these are just like they've got everything in basically. So those 2 are kind of just like doing everything in the background. I have my gut health friends, and I think this is also contributing to my healthy toilet routine now, and also my inflammation in my face. All the good bacteria is coming from these and this improve. So this is psyllium husk, I can never say it, psyllium husk, and I take 2 of these a day. These are a natural and gentle way to support your fibre intake during preconception. Again, amazing for my fibroid. And these ones are FemSeed. So these ones have got 1 billion live strains from 3 clinically researched bacteria to support women before pregnancy. So I actually had a lot of messages about getting my microbiome tested, because your womb and your vaginal microbiome has a lot to do with your womb lining and can have a link to miscarriages. So I've now gone from doing nothing towards helping my gut to doing lots of things, and this is another one. So all of the fibre intake that I'm having now, the FemSeed, the Simprove, and the psyllium husk are all working to make sure that my gut health is working in line with my womb lining and my hormone balance, and this is amazing. You can also put this in the smoothie if you wanted to as well, because you can sprinkle it on. But you just have to take 1 capsule daily, ideally with food, and not have it with hot water. And that's it for my supplements until night time. I just take the rest of the half split of what I just showed you, and then I have 2 magnesium before bed. And again, magnesium was one of those where I was just taking any magnesium. I didn't realise the importance of having a really high quality magnesium. And again, why I found Z2S was that they do a really good natural marine source magnesium, which is more slow release. So before, I think I was just using like a My Vitamins one with zinc, and then it's something to do with like the oxidization of the magnesium is not, your body just processes it too quickly. So it's all about finding the best form of magnesium, and honestly you can go down a rabbit hole with all this, but this is the one that I would recommend. I'm seeing really good results on it. Magnesium is now linked a lot to fertility, so I really highly recommend taking magnesium if you're not already. And then the final thing that I'm taking is my vitamin D3. I was taking these in tablet form before, but now I'm taking it as this oral spray. And again, this one I really recommend from Z2S, because it is such a good pure form of vitamin D. And vitamin D is so important with trying to conceive, but also so many other good health benefits. So I recommend doing some research into vitamin D and why it is so important. It was also recommended to us by our IVF consultant to take 2,000 IU a day for a reason. And if you're not taking it and you're trying to conceive, highly recommend taking this straight away. It's a lot like oil. Gone. Smoothie's done. I have it with glass straws now, no plastic. The only change I haven't done with plastic is this smoothie maker, and I'm on the hunt for either a metal or a glass one, but all of the ones I can find still have plastic in, so I'm a bit like, well, what's the point in buying a new one when none of them are really completely plastic free? There is one, but it's like £500. Can I justify paying £500 for a blender? But one thing I have read about in that book that I shared with you called It Starts With the Egg is that plastic blenders like this, once you put them in the dishwasher and they heat and expand, then every single time you use it, the plastic is going into your smoothie, which is just... So I do need to get a new one. It's on my list, but there's quite a lot of changes happening right now, so hopefully I find one, or you know one, that doesn't have full plastic in there that isn't £500. Straws are a great change for now, and then I'm using glass jars to drink it from. These again are from Amazon. I also put my overnight oats in these as well. And then how cute is this straw from the range? It's got a little bow on it. That is my morning routine. It's now 1:30 and I'm gonna have some lunch. So pre-made, I'm gonna show you exactly how pre-made all these in a second. Some sweet potato shepherd's pies, and I'm swapping from mashed potato to sweet potato as much as I can, because in the book that I have been reading, that so many of you guys recommended to me, called It Starts With the Egg. I'm a nutritionist, so don't quote me on any of these, but in this book that you guys have recommended called It Starts With the Egg, a lot of the meals that I'm eating are like a Mediterranean style diet, and starchy carbs are really not good for your digestion and everything. So basically I've swapped, in a nutshell, from normal potatoes to sweet potatoes, from white rice to brown rice, which has taken some adjusting, I'm not gonna lie. So there has been a few times, I'm probably gonna have white rice tonight if I'm honest, because we've got some of these using up, but as time goes on, I'm gonna try and swap to brown basmati. And lots and lots of veg. So before I probably would have just had that and then no veg on the side. Now I need to have this carnivorous veg, however you say it. I really struggle to say it. But I'm gonna have either some cabbage that I got from the farmer's market, or broccoli with it. One thing I do really want to do, and I've started making my own stocks, is get some beef bones and cook them and then make my own stocks, because I'm also stopping myself from having gravy granules because they're full of salt and sugar and shit and processed. So it's basically, I've gone back in time. I am a Victorian child, and everything that I eat is from the land and cooked without any technology. That's basically how I'm living, and I feel good for it, as I've said. So there's a few accounts that I follow on Instagram, and I highly recommend you follow as well, because I feel like they've instilled this into my brain alongside this book, that I want to live this wholesome, no processed food way, and I feel really good for it. This account, which shares loads of feeding from the garden, finding recipes, like she makes her husband sandwiches every day with things she gets from the garden. She makes meats fresh and then takes all the stocks and stuff. And I was like, do you know what? I'm going back to my Polish roots, and I want to make my own stocks from meats. So I've done that. So if you're having a Sunday lunch today, don't throw your chicken away. Save the chicken carcass, and you're going to boil it and make some really nice chicken soups and some chicken stocks for the next time you want to make some chicken gravy. The account I really like to follow is this guy, and he lives in the countryside too, and maybe this is it. I just want to become like a farmer and live on the countryside and have goats and donkeys and baby llamas and live off the land is what I'm going for. I'm the Kourtney Kardashian of Yorkshire. Love it. But anyway, I'm going to go and make this lunchtime. I'm going to show you exactly how I made it while this is cooking in the oven. These are in tin foil, freeze them, but I would never cook in the tin foil because that's how the BPA and the bad juju comes out. Instead, you can just rip these. I'm going to do it with scissors. But look, it just comes straight out, and then I can put that straight in the oven in a glass or ceramic cooking bowl. I don't know what the term I'm looking for. And it'll be healthier and fresh, and ChatGPT says it's fine for this to be frozen in this because none of the tin foil, it's only when it gets hot basically that is the issue. I'm gonna stop talking now. To make this lovely lunch recipe that I made, I'm using a hex-clad pan, and all of the ingredients are fresh. So this one is 15% steak mince organic. I highly recommend that if you're on a fertility journey. All the tools that I'm using are wooden, no plastic inside, and you want as fresh ingredients as possible. If you're looking for more recipes, I have linked some books down below that I've been using. Now I'm going to add my herbs. So this has got thyme and rosemary in, and then a bit of water and some salt and pepper. It's pretty simple, to be honest. Veggies I've used are mushrooms, courgettes and carrots, and I'm making enough for meal preps. I was hoping for 4, but it definitely didn't stretch to 4. But then since I've been eating these, I've realised these are actually quite big portions, and I can get 2 separate lunches out of these. So I think next time, thinner layer of mince, thinner layer of potato, and make it stretch further rather than halving it like I have done. And this potato was huge. I also used some natural grass-fed butter in there as well, organic. Make sure everything you're using is organic if you can. And then, like I said, I use these for freezing, but I will not cook in them, and they pop in the freezer perfectly. I've got this lovely big fresh cabbage from the farmer's market. I'm going to have this with my shepherd's pie. I'm going to steam it, try and keep all the goodness in there, give it a quick wash because it is See, organic, there's probably some little creatures living in there too, which we like to see. It means it's fresh. You can have a full one if you wanted one, but I'm gonna have half today, half tomorrow, and I'm gonna fill the other half of my plate full of green veg. And then I've just steamed some cabbage. Also been having these drinks if I need a little bit of something. Obviously I've cut the Vimto out, so these are Nicks and Kicks natural, 100% natural, no added sugars, only the sugars or sweeteners in them are what is in the flavouring. Put these through ChatGPT and so it's absolutely fine for me to have these. The ingredients look good. My favourite flavour is mango, and it's like a spicy mango when I run out of those. I'm gonna have a blood orange and turmeric, and oh, they're really nice. So good. Today's weather, is it okay? I think it's actually hailstoning now. Earlier it was bright sunshine when I was filming all the breakfast stuff. Now it's hailstoning. Love November. One of the things I've been doing since I started this a week ago is after you eat, try and walk. So it's either been on the treadmill or on the block like I'm doing now. It does really help with digestion. So this is my new little thing I'm trying to do to get more steps in every day. And then after I've done this, I'm going to head to Sainsbury's to pick up tea. Oh, I'm so tired. It's days like this that I do struggle with, where old me would have been like, I've been working all day and then cleaning, and I'm so tired, my back's killing. The last thing I want to do is stand and cook now, whereas before I'd have been like, let's just get a takeaway. But now I know the bigger picture and how much work goes into eating healthier, whole foods, all those things that I've showed you throughout this video make such a difference. So it's these moments, like right now, where I think I cannot be bothered to cook, that you need to dig down the most and prepare. So like I had the meal preps that I've been freezing, which we've been doing. But today, I have got this salmon I got from Sainsbury's, and it is Leap Wild, free, not farmed salmon. It's quite expensive, it's £7 for this. I'm gonna cook this tonight with dark green veggies because these are amazing for you. So I'm gonna make salmon, dark green veggies and some basmati rice. Really simple meal, it won't take long to make. I just have to get myself going. And if you're watching this video and you think, oh, this sounds like such an effort, it is, but it will make such a big difference. So you have to ask yourself, is it worth doing? And the answer is yes. Tell me you've gone tox-free without telling me you've gone tox-free. I've gone a little bit mad with buying the spatulas, I'm not gonna lie. This is such a quick and easy meal. This steamed so quickly, some Himalayan salt, butter, rice. This needs to be brown rice in future, but it was delicious. Just got out of the shower, but I forgot my phone down here, so I didn't film while I was up there. But I just had my first full shower, fragrance-free. So that is shampoo, conditioner, body wash, deodorant, soap, all fragrance free. And I actually thought I was going to find it really hard because I'm really particular with my shampoos. I actually really offend my hairdresser because I wash my hair religiously and have for years with Head and Shoulders. I'll use other shampoos, like nicer shampoos as well, but to have like really clean feeling hair, I use Head and Shoulders, which now obviously I know all of this about parabens and phthalates and everything else. I'm like, that cannot have been a good choice, because you cannot use Head and Shoulders when you have hair extensions in, because it breaks down the bonds. So what can it have been doing to my skin and my hair and everything else? So I actually feel quite good for that. My hair feels dry, that's one thing. Like when I was in the shower, I had to double shampoo and then double condition, because I was like, I'm not really getting much moisture here, but it feels clean. It doesn't have that like nice, clean, floral or apple scent, my hair, but it smells really clean. So far so good. Well, I'll show you what it looks like when it's dry, because I'm just gonna let it naturally dry. Yeah, natural deodorant, sprayed that on afterwards, and no nail varnish, no toe varnish. I'm doing this, I'm doing it properly, and so far I'm finding it a lot easier than what I was expecting. This is what it looks like now it's dry. I do think it's like, it's not as bad as I thought. It's actually got a lot, it's actually the opposite to what I thought. It's not dry, it's actually very moistured. So I don't need as much conditioner next time. Because I've got very fine hair, I feel like it goes really like limp and gross when it's too moisturised. So I think I went a bit overboard with the conditioner, but I can live with this. Like it's not the volume, lovely curls that I like, but it's doable, you know? My hair feels clean, and that's the biggest thing, because that's what I was worried about, that it wouldn't feel clean. But it feels clean, it smells nice, it doesn't smell of nothing, or oils, it's natural oils, it smells just clean, so far so good.